Good afternoon, Dallas Chamber. I am Saul, and I'm with the Kroger Company, and we are partnering with Susan G. Komen to tackle breast cancer. And we will talk about our problem, proposal, plan and schedule, and staffing and budgeting. And at the end, we'll have a question and answer. In 2017, it's estimated that there will be roughly 255,000 new cases breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed, and about 40,000 women are expected to die in 2017 from breast cancer. And for women in the United States, breast cancer are higher than death rates from any other types of cancer out there. As you can tell from this chart, there's roughly 491 late stage, as of 2016, 491 late stage rates of new cases, and we want to decrease that yearly. And currently, as of 2016, there's 247 death rates just only in the Dallas County area. Breast cancer can also create enormous amounts of expense for patients in the late stage. Late rate cancer can cost a patient roughly $24,000 per year, so that is around $2,000 plus a month. Being able to detect breast cancer early can save not only the patient money, but their lives. Now we'll pass it on to Helen, and she will talk about the problem and proposal.
Thank you. Breast cancer is the most common cancer in women worldwide today. The problem is that not many women today know they have breast cancer till it's really too late. By the time they start getting the symptoms, the breast cancer has already spread to a level that will cost a lot of money for treatments and money. 1 in 8 women in the US will develop breast cancer over the course of their lifetime. So our proposed solution was that we'll try to educate the DFW community on breast cancer awareness. We'll have tracks in different areas of the Dallas County which will provide free screening for women who need it. We'll partner with Susan G. Komen Foundation that will help us educate the DFW area on breast cancer awareness. Brendan will explain more about the plan and why the Dallas Chamber need to know.
All right, guys. Hi, my name is Brandon. So we as Kroger are actually going to be running some of the our foundation that we're partnering with, which is the Susan G. Komen Foundation. We're going to be running their command center trucks, which you can see in the far right-hand corner. So on these trucks, what they're going to station to do is to be able to facilitate full screenings as far as mammograms that go through, as far as testing, give privacy to actually meet with the counselor if they have any specific questions, or if they have just a need for consulting with somebody. So we were going to be definitely placing these command centers roughly 15 miles apart at different Kroger locations in the area of DFW. These are going to cycle every weekend of October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. With this, Kroger has already stationed a Kroger Plus member foundation for breast cancer, so they are already well aware of how breast cancer works and how we can benefit through them. We have 5% of all Kroger Plus member cards being donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation already. So that is one of the reasons that we are partnering with them. So a month prior, we are going to start putting up flyers around registers at Kroger's, around the front windows, to try to cause awareness and let people know that this drive is going to be coming. And they'll also know their personal Kroger that they shop at when it's going to have that command center station. So as far as what actually happens in the command center, we're going to have 2 of our volunteers to kind of control the line, hand out waters, hand out pamphlets, just kind of draw attention to the command center. We're going to have a consultant and a doctor inside actually doing the screening to do a full test of, helping people stay aware, how they can treat themselves at home, as well as just causing awareness to know what best steps you can take to catch it at an early stage. Because as we've already mentioned, breast cancer is one of the most deadliest ones because it's always found so late. So one of our main objectives for the plan is to try to catch it as early on as possible. So in doing this, we're looking to get to the Dallas Chamber of Commerce and motivate them to try to do this to try to improve the image of Dallas. Dallas has had a couple of runs with Susan G. Komen already, but with Kroger, we are trying to just make sure that we actually show a higher sense of community within Dallas with Kroger and Susan G. Komen to spread awareness for that. Because like we already mentioned, it's going to benefit us by just knowing that, hey, if we can spread awareness and actually catch it early on, we can help prevent a lot of the deaths that are caused later on. Personally, I've actually had a grandmother who passed away from breast cancer. She caught it in the very late stage back in 2007. So personally, if we would have actually had this kind of free training for people who may not be able to afford healthcare insurance or may have other issues, to people actually come for a free screening, it can make a huge difference to know if they can actually check for more on breast cancer to know before it's too late. Also, the way that we're going to measure success is depending on how many people show up. We're roughly estimating to have 100 to 200 people per day. We're hoping to measure how many times we can catch the late stages versus the early stages. The more people that we're going to catch in the early stage is going to be the better rate for success. So that way we know that more people have been caught before it's too late. But to talk more about our schedule and our budget, I'm going to pass on to Diana.
Okay, so like Brandon said earlier, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And every weekend around different Krogers around the DFW area, we're going to have Susan G. Komen trucks. They're going to be providing free mammograms, pamphlets, guidance, counseling, whatever is needed for people who are seeking to get checked. Our budget, we are estimating that the total cost is going to be $45,000. This is to cover equipment, training, and advertising, and we are asking the Dallas Chamber to provide $2,500. I'm going to pass it on to Mike so you can explain the staffing.
Thank you, Diana. So staffing, obviously volunteers are not a reliable source of staffing, so we're going to have at least one permanent staff per truck. That permanent staff will be able to explain to the volunteers how to use the equipment on the truck, just the day-to-day operations for the volunteer. He would be directing the volunteers. Also, this staff will be highly trained in things such as explaining to people found with either early stages of cancer or late stages of cancer the next step they can take, or different procedures to where they could get help towards that, and also getting them in contact with doctors and other medical facilities. For the conclusion, cancer, any type of cancer, especially breast cancer, is always best to find it in your early stages, because with cancer it spreads and it just becomes harder to treat. I can share a personal story. My stepsister was actually admitted into the hospital with cancer this year. She has stage 3 cancer in her kidney, intestine, and breast. She didn't realize she had cancer until this year, I believe. And just the treatment has been really harsh on her, because they're just treating so many parts of her body, and she's gone through kidney failures multiple times, and it's just extremely, extremely rigorous on the body. So catching it at an early stage for her would have been extremely beneficial, because the treatment wouldn't be as harsh as it would have been being stage 3 in multiple parts of the body. And now we're open to any questions.
How many Kroger locations is this going to be at?
So we're going to do 4 a month, and they're going to be recycling every Saturday and Sunday, so they're going to stay at the same location on that weekend, that Saturday and Sunday. They're going to rotate, so we're going to have roughly 20 Krogers being attached. Cool. Go ahead.
Is it going to be free for all ages? Because I know some places.
Yes, it's going to be free for all ages and all people. Men and women, actually. It's not as popular in men, but it's still something that can happen. Another thing to notate, if y'all ever do have any questions or need any more information, on the back of the pamphlet is actually a good website, as well as an email address that you can always email if you have more questions or concerns, or want to consultate privately with one of our careful technicians in a consultation. Any more questions? Go ahead.
What was the number that y'all were specifically asking for from the chamber?
For the money?
Yeah.
22,500.
22,000.
And we were going to just correct.
How much?
22,500 from the chamber.
On your budget, it says 12,500.
That one might have been.
That one was changed last minute. There was some changes to the slide.
Okay.
Any more questions? All right, well, thank y'all very much for your time.